Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is January 8th, 2023. We're in the Old Testament, and we're reading out of the book of Genesis. We're going to read chapter 8, and we're going to read verse 1 to 19. All right, so we're in the middle of this Noah story. See, we were talking about, well, good and evil. We saw the two lines. We saw that line of Cain, which was just evil run amok, and in fact, it has now overwhelmed the world at this point. We saw that good line that started with Abel. Cain kills Abel. Great. There's no more good people. Well, God, there's always a remnant. That's established right there at the beginning. Runs all the way through your Bible. There's always a remnant. When you think God has lost, he's just getting started. So he raises up Seth, and from Seth we get all the way to Noah. We see in the midst of this weakness, in the midst of all this wickedness, God decides, you know what? That's it. I'm just going to wipe it all out. But he's going to preserve Noah. He's going to preserve some of his creation. So there's that remnant again. God has made his decision, but you know what? He still wants to keep some of his creation around. He's going to try again after the flood. And we see here in the flood, the water's coming up, the water's receding. You're seeing the power of God. And again, you're seeing that God has power over his creation. He created it. He can destroy it at will. He can salvage it at will. All belongs to God. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Genesis chapter 8, verse 1 to 19. Then God remembered Noah and every living thing and all the animals that were with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters subsided. The fountains of the deep and the windows of heaven were also stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained, and the waters receded continually from the earth. At the end of the 150 days, the waters decreased. Then the ark rested in the 7th month, the 7th day of the 7th month, on the mountain of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the 1st day of the month, the tops of the mountains were seen. So it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. Then he sent out a raven which kept going to and fro until the waters had dried up from the earth. He also sent out from himself a dove to see if the waters had receded from the face of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for the sole of her foot, and she returned into the ark, for the waters were on the face of the whole earth. So he put out his hand and took her, and drew her into the ark to himself. And he waited yet another 7 days, and again he sent the dove out from the ark. Then the dove came to him in the evening, and behold, a freshly plucked olive leaf was in its mouth. And Noah knew that the waters had receded from the earth. So he waited yet another 7 days, and sent out the dove, which did not return again to him any more. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the 1st month, the 1st day of the month, that the waters were dried up from the earth. And Noah removed the covering of the ark and looked, and indeed the surface of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was dried. Then God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons' wives with you. Bring out with you every living thing of all flesh that is with you, birds and cattle, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth, so that they may be abound on the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So Noah went out, and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him. Every animal, every creeping thing, every bird, and whatever creeps on the earth, according to their families, went out of the ark. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.